Welcome to my channel, Speak Up Flow. Hello, and welcome, dear listeners, to Speak Up Flow, the podcast where we talk in simple English about big dreams and real experiences. My name is Sofia, and today I am very excited because we are going to discuss a topic that so many people around the world think about: traveling to America.
Thank you, Sophia. Hello, everyone. I am Daniel, and I am so happy to join you here on Speak Up Flow. America is one of the most famous countries in the world, and millions of people dream about visiting it at least once in their life. They imagine the cities, the opportunities, and the adventures.
Yes, Daniel, and in this episode of Speak Up Flow, we are going to answer simple but very important questions. We will talk about why people dream about America, what steps they should take before traveling, how to prepare for the long flight, what happens at the airport, which places are must-see, and finally, what advice is best for first-time travelers.
So, if you are someone who has always imagined standing in New York City, visiting Hollywood and Los Angeles, or seeing the Grand Canyon with your own eyes, then this podcast is for you. We will guide you step by step in clear and easy English.
Get ready, dear listeners. Let's begin our journey together. This is Speak Up Flow, and today's topic is travel to America. Daniel, I always hear people talking about America. In schools, in homes, even in TV shows, people keep saying, "One day I will go to America." So I want to ask you a very simple question. Why do people dream so much about traveling to America? What is so special about it?
Sophia, that is such a beautiful question, and I think many people listening right now also have the same dream in their heart. People dream about traveling to America because they see it as a land of hope, a place where they can do many things that maybe they cannot do in their own country. When people watch Hollywood movies or American TV shows, they see tall buildings, shining lights, fast cars, and beautiful places. They see New York City with Times Square and the Statue of Liberty. They see Los Angeles with beaches and Hollywood stars. These pictures stay in their mind, and they start thinking, I also want to go there one day. But it's not only about movies or cities. Many people also believe America is a land of opportunities. They think, if I go there, maybe I can study in a big university, maybe I can get a good job, maybe I can make a better future for myself and for my family. For students, it feels like a dream to study in America because the universities are famous all over the world. For workers, it feels like a chance to grow and earn better money. And Sophia, let's not forget the natural beauty of America. There are places like the Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls, and Yellowstone National Park. People see photos or videos of these places and they think, wow, I want to see this with my own eyes. It becomes a wish in their heart. So the answer is simple but also deep. People dream about America because it is shown as a country full of excitement, opportunities, and beauty. They think life there can be more colorful, more successful, and more adventurous. That is why for so many people, traveling to America is not just a small wish, it is a big dream that gives them hope for the future.
Daniel, now that we understand why people dream about America, I want to ask something important. If someone really wants to travel there, what should be their very first step? What is the starting point before they can make this dream real?
Sophia, that's an excellent question, because dreams only become real when we take the right steps. The very first step before traveling to America is to prepare the correct documents, and the most important document is a visa. If a person wants to study, they must apply for a student visa. If they only want to go for a short visit, like for tourism, they need a tourist visa. And if they are going for work, they need a work visa. So the first step is deciding why they want to go, because the type of visa depends on the purpose. After that, they need a valid passport, and the passport must not be close to its expiry date. Many people don't check this early and later face problems. So keeping the passport ready is very important. Then comes preparing other supporting documents. For example, bank statements to show they can afford the trip, an invitation letter if someone in America is calling them, or admission papers if they are going for study. These documents help the visa officers believe that the traveler is serious and honest. Another important step is to plan early. Traveling to America is not something you can decide today and do tomorrow. It needs time, money, and preparation. Booking tickets early, searching for a place to stay, and learning about the culture can make the journey much easier. So, Sofia, in very simple words, the first step is not packing bags or buying a ticket. The first step is preparing the legal papers, passport, visa, and documents. Without these, the dream of America cannot even start. Once these are ready, the person can move to the next steps with confidence and peace of mind.
Daniel, we have talked about the documents and the first steps before traveling to America. But I know the journey itself is also very long. For many people, it is their first time sitting on a plane for so many hours. So tell me, how should someone prepare for the long flight to America?
Sofia, you are so right. The flight to America is not like a short trip to a nearby city. From many countries, it can take 12 hours, 15 hours, and sometimes even more. For a first-time traveler, this can feel scary or uncomfortable. But with good preparation, the flight can become easier and more enjoyable. The first thing is comfort. The traveler should wear light and comfortable clothes, not heavy or tight clothes. Because sitting in one seat for so many hours can make the body tired, loose clothes help the person feel relaxed. A small travel pillow and a blanket also makes sleeping on the plane easier. The second thing is health. On such a long flight, it is very important to drink water. Many people forget this and only drink soda or juice, but water keeps the body fresh. Also, sometimes it is good to stand up and walk a little in the plane every few hours. This keeps the blood moving in the legs and stops the person from feeling too stiff. The third thing is entertainment. A long flight can feel boring if you just sit and wait. That is why travelers should bring headphones, books, or download movies on their phone. Many airplanes also give you a screen with movies and games, but it is always better to have your own things to enjoy. The fourth thing is food. Airplanes give meals, but sometimes the food may not be what you like. So it is smart to carry some light snacks like biscuits, nuts, or fruit. This way you can eat whenever you feel hungry. And finally, the traveler should prepare mentally. They should tell themselves, yes, it will be a long flight, but this long journey will take me to a new life and new experiences. Thinking positively makes the flight feel shorter and less stressful. So, Sofia, preparing for the long flight means being comfortable, staying healthy, bringing some entertainment, carrying small snacks, and keeping a positive mind. If a traveler does all these things, even a 15-hour flight can pass smoothly, and they will arrive in America fresh and happy.
Daniel, now let's imagine that the traveler has reached America after the long flight. The plane has landed and they are about to step into the airport. Many people feel nervous at this point because they don't know what will happen. So can you explain what the experience is like at the airport in America?
Sofia, you are right. For many first-time travelers, the airport in America feels big and maybe even a little scary because everything is new. But if they understand what to expect, it becomes much easier. The first step after landing is immigration and passport control. Travelers must stand in a line where officers check their passport and visa. The officer may ask simple questions like, "Why are you visiting America?" or "How long will you stay here?" These are normal questions, and the traveler should answer calmly and honestly. If they came for tourism, they can say, "I am here for 2 weeks to see New York and Los Angeles." If they came for study, they can say, "I am a student and I will study at this university." The key is to be clear and truthful. After this, travelers go to baggage claim. This is the place where suitcases come on a moving belt. Sometimes it takes a little time, so patience is important. Once they collect their luggage, they may pass through customs, where officers might ask if they are bringing food, plants, or large amounts of money. Usually it is quick if you follow the rules. Another thing to remember is that American airports are very big. There are many signs, but everything is well organized. Signs are in English, so it helps if the traveler knows some basic English words like exit, baggage claim, and customs. If they ever feel confused, they can politely ask an airport worker for help. Most people will guide them kindly. After finishing immigration and collecting luggage, the traveler finally walks out of the airport. At this moment, many people feel excited because they are truly standing in America for the first time. Outside, there are taxis, buses, and sometimes family or friends waiting. So, Sofia, the airport experience in America is simple if you stay calm, follow the rules, and answer questions honestly. It is just the gateway to begin the real journey in the country.
Daniel, now we have reached the most exciting part. Imagine someone is finally in America, and they want to enjoy their trip. There are so many cities, so many states, and so many famous things to see. But for a first-time traveler, it can be confusing. So tell me, what are some must-see places that new travelers should visit in America?
Sofia, that is such a wonderful question, because America is a very big country, and every state has something special to offer. But of course, there are some famous places that most travelers dream about seeing when they come for the first time. The first must-see place is New York City. This city is called the city that never sleeps. Travelers should visit the Statue of Liberty, which is not just a statue but also a symbol of freedom. They should walk in Times Square, where there are giant screens, bright lights, and so much energy. They can also visit Central Park, which is very peaceful in the middle of the busy city. The second place is Los Angeles, California. This city is famous for Hollywood, where people can see the Hollywood sign and even tour movie studios. Los Angeles also has beautiful beaches like Santa Monica and Venice Beach. For many people, standing in front of the Hollywood Walk of Fame, where the stars are on the ground, is a very special memory. The third place is Las Vegas, Nevada. This city is known for its lights, entertainment, and shows. People call it the city of fun. Even if someone does not want to gamble, they can still enjoy the beautiful hotels, dancing fountains, and concerts. But America is not only about cities. Nature in America is also world famous. The Grand Canyon in Arizona is one of the most amazing natural wonders. Standing there makes a person feel small compared to the power of nature. Another place is Niagara Falls, a huge waterfall between America and Canada. The sound and the view are unforgettable. And for people who love adventure and animals, Yellowstone National Park is a must-see. It has hot springs, geysers, forests, and wild animals like bears and bison. So, Sofia, I would say the must-see places for first-time travelers are New York City, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, the Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls, and Yellowstone National Park. Of course, there are many more, but these places give travelers a good mix of city life, fun, and natural beauty.
Daniel, we have talked about the dream of America, the first steps, the long flight, the airport, and even the must-see places. But before we close today's conversation, I want to ask one last and very important question. What advice would you give to someone who is traveling to America for the very first time? What should they remember to make their trip safe and enjoyable?
Sofia, I think this is the best question to end our discussion because advice can help travelers feel ready and confident. My first piece of advice is to plan everything before leaving. America is very big, and if a traveler does not plan, they may waste time or money. They should decide which cities they want to visit, how many days they will stay, and what their budget is. Planning brings peace of mind. My second advice is to learn some simple English sentences before traveling. Even if a person does not speak fluent English, learning how to ask for help, order food, or ask for directions will make their trip much easier. Americans usually appreciate when travelers try to speak English, and they are often friendly and willing to help. The third advice is about money. America can be expensive, especially in big cities like New York or San Francisco. Travelers should carry their money carefully, maybe using a travel card instead of too much cash. They should also compare prices before buying, because sometimes the same thing can be cheaper in another store. The fourth advice is to respect the culture and laws. America is home to many different people from many countries. Travelers should be polite, stand in lines, follow traffic rules, and respect personal space. These small things make a big difference in how people treat you. The fifth advice is about health and safety. Travelers should have travel insurance if possible, and they should keep emergency numbers written down. In a new country, it is always good to be prepared for anything. And finally, my last advice is to enjoy the experience with an open heart. America is not only about buildings and places. It is also about meeting people, trying new foods, and experiencing new ways of life. If travelers stay positive, curious, and respectful, their journey will become one of the best memories of their life.
Wow! Daniel, today's conversation was really full of useful tips and ideas. We talked about why people dream about America, how to prepare for the journey, what to expect on the long flight, the airport experience, the must-see places, and the best advice for first-time travelers.
Yes, Sophia, I really enjoyed sharing this with you and with all our listeners. Traveling to America may feel like a big dream, but when people take the right steps and prepare carefully, that dream can become a real and unforgettable experience.
Dear listeners, we hope this episode of Speak Up Flow gave you confidence, hope, and practical knowledge about traveling to America. Remember, every big journey starts with a small step, and maybe your first step begins today.
And before we say goodbye, we have a small request. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to Speak Up Flow. Your support helps us continue making simple, helpful, and inspiring podcasts just for you.
Thank you so much for listening. Stay positive, keep learning, and always keep your dreams alive.
This was Speak Up Flow, and we will see you in the next episode.